Ever hear anything about raising your vibration? That's something that is going on all over the internet right now and it's not a fad. It is part of being human. And what I'm going to talk about today is what exactly it means to raise your vibration, especially if you've been traumatized. I will give 3 ways of beginning to or adding it to your toolbox to help. Have you ever walked into a room where the energy just feels dense and thick and gross? I'm Rena, and I work with people to heal their trauma so they can raise their vibration and spiritually awaken. And today my talk is about what raising your vibration is. And what's interesting is it's something that came up for me within the last couple of days. It was like this incredible aha moment, and I was so excited to share this. And I know I need to do it in little bites because it has taken me at least 8 years, if not longer, to actually get to this point of what energy and vibration really is, at least means to me in my world. As a highly sensitive person, what's interesting is when I walk into a room, I don't know exactly what happened or whoever's in there or whoever has been in there, and there's just something where I'll walk into a space and I can pick up on this subtle energy where it feels off. That's what I've been dealing with my whole life. I notice it feels off, but I don't know what it is. And generally with people I have been in a relationship with, or even people that I've in my past, I'd ask, "Are you okay?" And they're like, sometimes they don't even know, that's how subtle this energy is. And I want to share with you what it means to have these vibrations. And we're all vibrational beings living in this dense human experience. And I'm going to start off with these thoughts and emotions that we encounter every moment. It goes through our system, and most of us don't know what to do with it. Now, there's a book called Power versus Force by David Hawkins, and the biggest things that stands out for me is he's got a chart in there that lists the vibrational levels of emotions. So the lower dense emotions are things like shame and anger and fear, and I think shame is the lowest. And then, of course, when you go up on this scale, you move into peace and love and joy and excitement. Raise the vibration. So the vibration moves up. And this vibration, as I explained, is subtle in the body. So you don't know that it's happening unless at times in your life, which I have experienced, where I could feel like this little hum or movement of my body. It's not even that big. It's very, very light. And almost like electricity going through a wire. Have you ever been near wires taking a walk or whatever, and they've got the high tension wires, and it's like you can hear the hums? That's kind of how it works in our bodies. And we feel it, and no one ever tells us what this means, at least not for me. And so I never knew what to do with it, so I shut it down and I kept pushing it away because I thought there was something wrong with me. And that's not the case. There's nothing wrong with you. I want to emphasize that. The physical energy system within the body are what's called meridians. We have like all these lines of energy, our nervous system, which run through the body. The meridians basically track the nervous system. And so it runs through the body, and people who do acupuncture, acupressure, rebalance those when they get out of whack. That's part of the healing process. I have done acupuncture, I've done acupressure for myself to heal my nervous system. Those are a couple of things I've experienced, and it's so relaxing and it's so helpful, and it really shifts things. The thing is being open to it. Being open to the wonder of it, being open to the not knowing, what's happening, because it doesn't matter. It's still helping you. Just like any kind of healing work, it's still helping you. I'm an energy practitioner. I started out doing Reiki, and now I just have like a general way of doing energy with people when I work with them. The interesting thing is I don't do energy work right now, I am using it through my coaching, and so I can still do that. So it's basically holding space for people, and there's an energy, always an energy that runs between people as well. Again, back to the subtlety. In the last couple of days, and I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and then after the conversation I was sitting there and I was kind of focusing on doing this raising of my energy, and just the thought of doing it, just placing myself in a space where I cleared the energy out of the space, and I allowed my body through thought, emotion, and energy to imagine myself raising this vibration. And then after I did that, I went out on my Uber driving. Yesterday, I did all this yesterday, and my Uber drive yesterday was like the most incredible thing. I got people in my car. Again, I've talked about the old souls. I've gotten the old souls in my car. I had great conversations. I had all these things happening, and the day before I was still working through all this stuff, so I got more lower dense energy people in my car, where they were having a bad day and they needed to talk and they needed to, which is all okay. All of it's okay. Just so you know, it's all okay. The lower stuff is meant to be there. It's meant to be there to show us how to move into the higher stuff. Being in the darkness, life is a duality. The world is a duality. The only way that you will know about life is by having darkness, you know? So there's a lot of things happening with this. And the higher vibration is where we move into to attract things into our life, to manifest things into our life. The thing is it's not a thought. The manifestation is not a thought. I always thought that that's the way it worked. Like, I had to make sure my thoughts were positive and everything was positive. In the meantime, I hadn't healed parts of my unconscious and my subconscious and my nervous system. And no matter how positively I thought, it never manifested anything, or it was very slow, or it was like this little teeny thing that came in that made me happy enough for the moment, and then it went away. And now it feels like this whole world is opening up for me, and I don't even know what's about to happen. I have always had a fear of the unknown, and with the way things have been happening in the past 24, 36 hours, I feel like this whole world has expanded for me, and I don't even know why or what or how. I just know. And that's the place where I understand that we're meant to get to. What I want to share with you are these 3 things that will help you start to get there. And they're very powerful, and at the get-go, they aren't the easiest things to work on. It's very simple, because once it happens, once you start doing it, it's like an automatic thing. Your body starts to respond, but it's not easy to get there because you're breaking through all these thoughts and fears and all these things that are not helping you, and they're not serving you. They're not allowing you to move forward. That's the piece where it gets a little tricky, is first making a choice to do this and saying, screw it, I'm just gonna do anything in my power, anything beyond what my power is, to just do this so I can find out what this means, because right now where I am is not working for me. Number 1, healing your nervous system from trauma. I talk about this all the time, and I've been talking about it, and what's so incredible is that I started watching videos about raising your vibration and just getting ideas in my head based off of what I'm learning, and it keeps leading back to that, and I've been saying it and I didn't even know why I was saying it. So this is huge. This is the space where we hold our emotions. It's in the unconscious, it's in the subconscious. We don't know what we're doing. We have these energies, which again, emotion is energy in motion. It's supposed to flow. It does not. It gets stuck. And when it gets stuck, it blocks us. It keeps us stuck in our lives, and it doesn't allow forward movement, because we don't know that the nervous system is the thing that needs to be vibrating at this higher vibration. Our whole body has that going on. And if we aren't able to do that, it is not going to attract things. I mean, for a long, long time, I couldn't meditate. I couldn't even do breath work. I could do nothing. That's how I couldn't get it past here because I was so locked in to this trauma and the stress response and the hypervigilance and all this stuff that nothing could get in. And there was a lot of work that I needed to do to get past that block. Beginning the process of healing your nervous system through things like, it's just all about practice. It's something that you do every day. And it's not, when you know that the why is to become the truth of who you are and to expand your consciousness and to raise your vibration and to spiritually awaken, you know why you're doing it. And you know why, so you can keep doing it. For me, it's always been about persistence, consistency, and commitment. And because I knew that there was something on the other side that was different, and I'm starting to see that, and it's so freaking incredible. That's my excitement about wanting to share this. So there's the place to start. You doing the easy breath work, easy meditations. Just begin. And let me tell you something, your mind is going to constantly, it's called monkey mind. The Buddhists call it monkey mind. It will talk to you, and all you have to do is just say, go sit in the corner right now, I'm not listening to you, and then just move on anytime a thought comes in. So just start working on that. Maybe do yoga. But one of the things that was a huge help was Kundalini Yoga initially, that helped me to start breaking into that nervous system stuff. And things will come up, and you will start to feel those things, and you may cry, and you may get angry, and let it out, let it happen, because your body, your soul is speaking to you. It wants you to open up. It wants you to feel the bigness of yourself and the expansiveness of the universe. It wants you to go out there and be a part of life. It doesn't want you to sit there and be frustrated and angry and all that. All that is just, societal, three-dimensional stuff that our soul chose to come down here to heal through that. People talk about karma. This is some of it's past lives. Some of it is probably generational trauma. That's some of the stuff I've worked through. So there's all this healing in your nervous system that gets to happen. So just be aware that for me at least, was the best place to start, because that's where everything's locked in. That's where I was hypervigilant. That's where when something happened, I went into anxiety. Even though I knew what was going on, I still couldn't take it. I still would have this incredible reaction to something and just pace and walk, and there's my stress response. I drove off in the car when I couldn't take things, but then I stopped doing that, so then I would do this, or I'd pace or whatever. So that's all your nervous system. That's all your stress response. As a human, the dense human body, the reptilian brain, the nervous system, all of that stuff, that's where it's all stored, and that's where it's going to respond from, because that's all it knows. It's something that is ingrained into our humanity. So when we become the higher self that we are, we release all that stuff and everything starts to flow. Okay, whew, wow. Now, number 2, separate yourself from other people's energies. Just to sit in your own energy, especially if you're highly sensitive. Every so often, we start to feel like, and we don't know what that is, and we've never taught how to really separate our own feelings and emotions and energies from other people, and so everything got convoluted, and then it was just a big old mess. And so test this out. Like, if you're at some kind of an event, or you like to hang out with people all the time, give yourself a break. Again, especially if you're highly sensitive, go in the other room, sit there for 10 minutes, just allow that energy to just release from you, because it's going to do it automatically. If you walk out, it will do it. We don't know that, because we have this thing about forcing things to happen, and that's what's interesting about power versus force. When we force things to happen, it actually blocks it. The universe resists a force. It's going to resist. You put force onto something, and that's usually what's going to happen, is there's going to be a resistance to the force. Now, when we work through power, we're working with our own energy. Power, I don't even know what word to use. It's ours. It's not making something happen. It's allowing something to happen. It's very feminine. It's very receptive. It's very calming. It's not like this tense, intense, make it happen masculine energy, which works sometimes. It's great. That's the only way we get to do the stuff in the world, because the world is about masculine energy. But the feminine energy just allows things to happen. That's where the subtlety of the vibration comes in. And that's where we get to start to feel that vibration again, if you locked it down like I did. And I really hope that you are able to just take this opportunity, choose to do this, because I have been through this healing journey, has been like these dark nights of the soul, crying and screaming. That's not a high vibration. However, it gets you there. It gets you there when you are focusing on the efforts of releasing the deeper, denser energies out of your body. Number 3, nature. Nature is an automatic energy producer, uplifter, receiver, everything. So there's this thing where grounding, if you connect, if you put your hand on a tree, the tree will actually pull the negative energies out of your body. Or if you put your feet on the ground barefoot, the earth takes, Mother Earth takes those energies from you that don't serve you. The challenge is doing it often. And it's not an easy thing. And it's something that needs to happen, because we are from nature. Everything that we're made of is the same as the earth is made of, and the same as the universe is made of. And there's a connection there that we overlook because we're so focused on this 3-dimensional world of pushing and forcing and making things happen. And it's great, again, it's great to do that. And you have to have a balance of the feminine where you sit back and you allow and you receive. And sitting in nature with the Mother Earth, with the Mother, is the most incredible experience. And I know this, and I still have a challenge with working on getting things done, because I've always been raised in a action-oriented, masculine thinking thing. And for me, stepping into the divine feminine is what I'm working on right now, so I can be a part of nature, so I can be a part of this vibration, so I can be a part of this energy, and so I can bring this stuff to you so you can see what it looks like. And I chose specifically to come out by this tree and sit and do this recording. And the water and the birds, we got them all here, you know, the crickets, whatever those are that are the cicadas. And just being in this environment allows this energy to start moving freely. That's what I want to get across to you, is that really in the 3D, I've heard this phrase, the struggle is there. When you choose to not be in that struggle, it's not that hard, because it's already happening. It's almost like if you watch Abraham Hicks, she talks about this high-flying disc. And she talks about the fact that all of our dreams and our thoughts and everything that we ever wanted in our lives are all flying on this high-flying disc. And bird just got a fish. I get distracted easy with a dragonfly. Okay, I'm all right. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, she talks about this, and then we're in this lower density vibration because of the traumas. Learning about positive affirmations are great, but if you're still sitting in those traumas, it's not going to raise the vibration in order to move up to meet this high-flying disc. Whenever we attract whatever our vibration is, we attract who we are. And so if we're sitting in a lower vibration, we're going to attract things. And then if we keep talking about it, we keep attracting it. So the lower vibrations are going to get attracted to us. Now, let's look at the higher flying disc and see what it looks like to match with that. and things will start happening, and then you get to trust that they're happening. This is a big one for me too. Maybe you didn't win the lottery and get millions and millions of dollars, but you got a check for $650 or something, and instead of complaining about getting $650, you still get to receive it. You still get to appreciate it. You still get to love the fact that the universe gave you something. And it's not even about money. It's like any kind of thing that happens in your life. If someone gives you love, that's abundance. If someone gives you something that helped you get something without money, that's abundance. It's all abundance. And being able to receive that and be grateful. Gratitude, I probably should add that as another one. Gratitude, saying thank you. All you need to do is say thank you. You don't have to go into this whole thing. You just say thank you. Whenever something happens, you find a penny on the ground. Thank you, because the universe is looking out for you. If you're a person who sees numbers, double-digit numbers, 1111, 111, 333, 444, if you're in that, thank the universe for sending that, because there's a message there. And then the more you release these traumas, we have a bird. Look, I keep getting, the more we release this dense energy, the lighter we get, the higher our vibration raises, and the more awakened we get spiritually. And that's the bottom line that I was trying to get to, and that's what I want you to know, and that is where we get to keep moving towards in life. And all I can say is just choose, make the choice, because that's what we have choices. We even can choose not to choose. And one more thing, don't forget to like the video and subscribe below. Thank you for being here. Peace.